When you get to retirement age, you probably hope you'll be able to sit back and relax a little. But for too many older Mainers, keeping up with heat and other bills can feel impossible. Well, back in 2014, longtime News Center Maine reporter Chris Rose met a woman from Buxton who found herself in that situation. She needed help from Project Heat to stay warm.
Certainly not wealthy by any means. I just make ends meet by stretching it out.
When the temperatures start to drop in late fall, it becomes a lot more difficult for Ruth Richards to stretch things out. Just last week, she paid $348 to put 100 gallons of oil in her tank, and that was with her senior discount. For people on a fixed income like Ruth, there's no way to increase that monthly amount.
A lot of us can't go out and get a job. I would love to go out and work somewhere, but most of them won't hire me with the oxygen and my age, everything. So
I can't imagine somebody who has to decide, do I buy groceries, do I get my medication, or do I buy oil to heat my home? It's a tough choice.
A couple of years ago, after her husband passed away, Ruth found herself facing that very choice. So she did something she had never done before.
I went to the town to ask them for help. I didn't know what was available or what I could do or anything, but I just had to have the help at the time, and because it was December when he died, and I was, that was right in the middle of the winter.
But Ruth found herself stuck in the middle of the system, struggling to pay her bills, but making too much to qualify for assistance. That's when she learned about the town's Keep the Heat On program. 9 years ago, local resident Ed Newell created it to help the elderly with their heating bills by urging people to donate their returnable bottles and cans.
It adds up, and the next thing you know, we've got thousands of dollars that have been built up into this account just by returnables.
Last year, those returnables generated $7,800. This year, there is more than $3,200 in the fund. Ruth does her best to fend for herself during the cold winter months, but when things get tough, it's reassuring to her knowing help is available.
Us old people are independent. We were brought up to be independent and take care of ourselves. That's the way we want to be, and we reach the point where we can't always be that way. But it is tough to ask for help.
The people of this community are stepping up to make sure that the older citizens here don't go cold this winter, and they're doing it 5 cents at a time. In Buxton, Chris Rose, News Center.